Welcome to our video on the summary of Buddhism and Hinduism. These two ancient religions have shaped the spiritual beliefs of millions of people for centuries and continue to do so today. Buddhism was founded by Siddhartha Gautama, also known as the Buddha, in ancient India around the 5th century BCE. Siddhartha was born into a royal family in present-day Nepal and was raised in luxury, shielded from the suffering of the world. However, as he grew older, he became increasingly aware of the suffering of the world and was deeply troubled by it. At the age of 29, Siddhartha left his palace and family to seek an understanding of the nature of suffering and the possibility of its cessation. He spent 6 years in intense spiritual practices such as fasting and meditation, but he found these practices to be unfulfilling. One day, while sitting under a tree, Siddhartha attained enlightenment and became the Buddha, the awakened one. He realized that the cause of suffering is craving and attachment, and that the path to the cessation of suffering is through the Eightfold Path, which includes the right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. After his enlightenment, the Buddha spent the rest of his life teaching and spreading his teachings, known as the Dharma, to others. He attracted a large following and established a monastic community, the Sangha, which played an important role in the preservation and dissemination of his teachings. The Buddha's teachings quickly spread throughout India and beyond, and Buddhism eventually became one of the major world religions. Today, Buddhism is practiced by millions of people around the world, and it continues to be a source of inspiration and guidance for those seeking a deeper understanding of the world and the nature of existence. Buddhists follow the Four Noble Truths, which state that life is suffering, that suffering arises from craving and attachment, that suffering can be overcome, and that following the Eightfold Path, which includes right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration are the path to the cessation of suffering. These principles guide Buddhists on their journey toward enlightenment. Buddhism also teaches that all beings have the potential to achieve enlightenment and that anyone can become a Buddha. This concept is known as the Bodhisattva ideal, where an individual who has achieved enlightenment continues to work for the benefit of all beings and guide them towards enlightenment. One of the key practices in Buddhism is meditation, which is essential to gain insight into the true nature of reality. Meditation can take many forms, from simple breathing exercises to more advanced techniques such as Vipassana and Zen meditation. The main goal of meditation is to achieve a state of mental calm and focus and to develop insight into the nature of reality. Buddhism also has a rich tradition of monasticism, with monasteries and temples found all over the world. Monks and nuns play a key role in the preservation and dissemination of Buddhist teachings. They are considered to be the custodians of the Buddha's teachings and have played an important role in the spread of Buddhism throughout the world. Buddhism has also had a significant impact on the development of art and architecture. From the intricate carvings of the Ajanta caves in India to the towering statues of the Buddha in China and Japan, Buddhist art and architecture have played a significant role in the preservation and dissemination of the Buddha's teachings. Buddhism has a diverse range of sects and practices, with the two major branches being Theravada and Mahayana. Theravada, also known as the School of the Elders, is considered to be the more traditional and conservative form of Buddhism. It is primarily found in Southeast Asia, Sri Lanka, and parts of South Asia. The goal of Theravada Buddhism is to become an arahant, a fully enlightened being who has achieved nirvana and is no longer subject to the cycle of rebirth. Mahayana, on the other hand, is considered to be the more liberal and progressive form of Buddhism. It is found primarily in East Asia and emphasizes the idea of the Bodhisattva, an individual who has achieved enlightenment but chooses to remain in the world to help others achieve enlightenment as well. The ultimate goal of Mahayana Buddhism is to become a Buddha, one who has achieved complete enlightenment and can help others to do the same. Zen Buddhism is a sect of Mahayana Buddhism that originated in China and later spread to Japan and Korea. Zen Buddhism is known for its emphasis on meditation, self-discipline, and the attainment of enlightenment through direct experience rather than through study of scriptures. Tibetan Buddhism is another sect of Mahayana Buddhism that is primarily found in Tibet and the surrounding regions. It is known for its elaborate rituals, use of mantras and visualization, and the belief in the Dalai Lama as the spiritual leader of Tibet. Buddhism has also had a significant impact on society and culture. For example, Buddhist principles of non-violence and compassion have been influential in the development of the human rights movement. Additionally, Buddhism has been known to promote education, especially for women and children, and to promote peace and understanding between different cultures and religions. Buddhism is also known for its emphasis on the importance of personal responsibility and ethical conduct. The 5 precepts, which include refraining from taking life, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and consuming intoxicants, are considered to be the basic code of ethics for Buddhists. In conclusion, Buddhism is a rich and diverse religion that offers a path to spiritual enlightenment through self-awareness and meditation. With its many sects and practices, it has something to offer for everyone, regardless of their background or beliefs. Now, let's move on to Hinduism, one of the oldest religions in the world. Hinduism is a complex belief system with many different gods and goddesses. It is not just a religion, and its origins can be traced back to the ancient civilization of India. It is not a single religion, but rather a collection of beliefs and practices that have developed over thousands of years. The earliest origins of Hinduism can be traced back to the Indus Valley civilization that existed in present-day Pakistan and northwest India around 2500 BCE. Archaeological evidence suggests that the people of this civilization practiced a form of religion that included worship of natural elements such as the sun and fertility goddesses. Over time, the religion of the Indus Valley civilization evolved and absorbed various influences from other cultures and religions. For example, the religion of the Aryans, who migrated to India around 1500 BCE, had a significant impact on the development of Hinduism. They brought with them the belief in a pantheon of gods and goddesses, such as Indra and Agni, and a complex system of rituals and sacrifices. Another important influence on the development of Hinduism was the arrival of Buddhism in India around the 5th century BCE. Buddhism challenged the traditional beliefs of Hinduism and provided an alternative spiritual path, which led to a period of religious reform and the development of new sects within Hinduism. Over the centuries, Hinduism continued to evolve and absorb new influences, such as the arrival of Islam in India in the 12th century CE, which led to the development of syncretic traditions such as Sufism, but also a way of life for its followers. Hindus believe in the concept of karma, which states that the actions of an individual in this life will determine their fate in the next. They also believe in reincarnation, the cycle of birth and death, and the ultimate goal of achieving release from this cycle through union with the ultimate reality, known as Brahman. Hinduism also has a strong emphasis on devotion and the worship of gods and goddesses through rituals and ceremonies, such as puja, which is the daily worship of a personal god or goddess. Hinduism has many deities, which can be understood as different aspects of the one ultimate reality, Brahman. Hinduism also has a caste system, which is a social hierarchy that determines an individual's occupation and status in society. Although this system has been widely criticized, it remains an important part of Hindu society. Hinduism also has a rich tradition of yoga, which is a spiritual, physical, and mental discipline that originated in ancient India. Yoga is not just a form of exercise, but a way to achieve self-awareness and union with the divine. It is a powerful tool for self-transformation and spiritual development. Both Buddhism and Hinduism offer unique paths towards spiritual enlightenment and a deeper understanding of the world. Whether you choose to follow the Eightfold Path of Buddhism or the principles of karma and reincarnation in Hinduism, both religions offer valuable lessons for living a fulfilling and meaningful life. Each of these religions has a rich cultural heritage, scriptural and philosophical texts, and a diverse set of practices and traditions, making them a fascinating subject to study and explore. And a diverse set of practices and traditions, making them a fascinating subject to study and explore. Thank you for watching. We hope you found this video informative and enjoyable. Tap that like subscribe button, and leave a comment for more content like this.